Here's a piece that's been sitting out for a few minutes and it's getting a little dry. As it gets drier and drier, cracks will start to appear and you'll be able to see almost a different color. So eventually you'll get to the point where you need to add the moisture back in, and I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to make a little patty out of it, and I'm going to use my lavender water. This is the distilled water that has a couple of drops of lavender oil in it. The lavender oil inhibits oxidation. So I'm just going to paint it over the surface. Not heavy. I don't want it to be dripping because then I'll make mud. I'll just put on the surface and fold in the edges. And I don't want to touch that because then I will definitely have muddy fingers. What I want to try to do is work this into the center without ever letting the water squish up and get all over my fingers. Okay, so that looks good. And I'm just flattening it and then rolling the edges inside so I can distribute that moisture throughout the whole piece. And that looks good. So now this piece, I'm going to let it rest for a minute because it's picked up the heat from my hands, and bronze clay is very sensitive to heat, so you don't want to work it too long. Now I'm going to go ahead and work this into another ball, and I can actually pick up these little pieces with this. I've got another ball here, and I'm going to work these two together. And I can feel a huge difference between the temperature of this piece that was sitting and the temperature of this piece that my hands were touching. So I'm going to very quickly get that inside so that it can cool down and rehydrate.